Hello everyone, SparkleEgg here, and welcome to episode 1 of the Yellow Generation of the Not So Berry Challenge. So what we are going to do in episode 1 is kind of have an introduction. What I have done in the past is each episode 1 of the new generation is kind of an introduction episode, and I want to treat each generation as its own kind of let's play. So if you haven't watched the Mint generation and then the Rose generation, you're not going to be lost at all. And then for the yellow generation, we will mainly focus on, of course, our yellow heir, Daffodil, which is what you are looking at right now, little Daffodil. I am so excited to finally be jumping into this generation. It's taken me a long time. It's definitely a slow process going through each generations, but we are finally in generation 3. And I'm just so excited to actually jump into Daffodil's story and kind of get to know Daffodil a little bit better. So I figured that a great way to introduce the yellow generation is to go to the yellow generation rules, which we'll do in just a second. But if you're not subscribed already, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. That would mean so much to me. And let's go ahead and jump on into the video. Alright, so here we are on the little Simsy Tumblr page once again. And we already completed generation 1, the Mint generation, generation 2, the Rose generation, and then we are currently on generation 3, the yellow generation. And it says here that growing up, you never had a close relationship with your mother and spent the majority of your time alone in your room obsessing over space. You just really love space. You'll do whatever it takes to get to 6M, no matter the cost. And then the traits that Daffodil has is the clumsy and loner trait. Whenever she ages up into a young adult, she'll actually get the ambitious trait. Her aspiration is the nerd brain aspiration, and then she has to be an astronaut. The rules for the yellow generation is you have to master the rocket science and handiness skill. You have to master the astronaut career and complete nerd brain aspiration. Must build a rocket ship and visit 6M, which is the alien planet in Sims. And then you need to enter the secret lot in Oasis Springs, which I've never done before, so I'm really excited for that one. And then you can never have any close friends or relationships other than the grandparent from generation 1 until that grandparent dies. And currently, the grandparents from generation 1, Mint, and then Mint's husband, Mateo, are both alive currently. So that kind of gives you an idea of what we need to accomplish for this generation. But I want to go ahead and introduce you to the Sims and her family. So of course, you already know this is little Daffodil. She is currently a teenager. So I left off with the last episode of the Rose generation with her as a child, but she is now a teenager. And she actually just checked off one of these little finish reading 3 books. She read one earlier, and then that was her second one now. And then we have little Anna here. I guess I'll actually introduce you to Rose first, who is sitting here playing video games apparently. But this is Rose. This is the Rose heir, obviously. So last generation was focus. Oh my gosh, she's like staring into her soul. Do you see that? Yeah, that's a little bit creepy, Rose. Anyways, let's back up just a little bit. But of course, last generation was focused primarily on Rose, but we're not going to focus too much on Rose right now. And then this is her wife, Anna. She met Anna back in university, and she went through a bunch of like sexuality changes and things like that. And she ended up marrying the love of her life, Anna. And then we have a little kitty cat over here, Lady. And Lady keeps on like shedding this rainbow fuzz everywhere all over the house, so that's great. But little Lady is also an elder. We've had her for quite a while right now, but she's just like the cutest little kitty cat ever. And then let me go ahead and go into her relationship panel. So this is her dad right here, Nicholas. She's not very close with Nicholas, as you can see, but that is her dad. I guess he's an important person to introduce. And then her grandfather, Mateo, that's obviously someone that she's super close to, and also Mint. She's super close to Mint as well. Both of her grandparents, Mint and Mateo. Delaney was Rose's best friend, and she lived with Delaney for quite a while. Technically, Delaney is her godmother. And then, of course, you already know who Lady is. Haley is a Sim that she met in between the episodes, so she got to know her a little bit, but it's just a random Sim, not really that important. And lastly, Delaney is a very shy Sim. She does have the loner trait and then also the clumsy trait. So she's just like this really shy, awkward teenager who is a complete nerd and loves space and wants to go to Sixum and wants to build a rocket ship. And she has these crazy, crazy, huge, ambitious dreams. But she just asked her mom this: I'm not sure what I want to be when I grow up. And all my friends seem to have it figured out. How do I figure it out myself? Well, first of all, Daffodil, you have no friends. Second of all, you already know who you want to be when you grow up. You want to be an astronaut. So I'm going to do pick something you like. Okay, there we go. And she is in the range to earn a responsible trait, which is cool. And then she's pretty close for the manners as well. But currently it is Saturday, meaning she doesn't have school today, and we can do something a little bit fun. I was thinking maybe she could go to the bowling alley with her grandparents or something. I think that would be a lot of fun. But whenever Daffodil was a child, she actually had one of those like child lab sets in her room. And I felt bad just deleting it once she aged up into a teenager. So I actually kind of upgraded it to this little robot workstation. I've never done anything with robotics in The Sims ever. So I know it's not actually in the rules for the yellow generation or anything, but I figured that it would be fun to kind of play around with. I don't know. I kind of thought about doing it for Mint, but I just never got around to it. So I was thinking that maybe Daffodil could kind of dabble in the robotics side. I don't know. I think that would be fun. It says that she's acquired the robotics skill. Daffodil's newfound robotics skill will allow her to create robotic marvels that will leave other Sims in awe of her inventive genius. Daffodil can purchase raw robotics salvage for her creations from the computer or scavenge the parts from electronic waste. I don't know what she's doing. She kind of just said, okay, I'm bored of this. Let me leave. But I really want her to like keep on doing this. And it seems like we need robotic salvage parts in order to create these little chatterbots. And I think you can create like an actual like human, like quote unquote human robot that like walks around kind of like a sim. Oh, and is she wearing socks? Okay, that definitely looked like socks there for a second. Apparently she just went to read and lounge by the pool. Oh, I didn't show you her outfits either, so let me do that real fast too. Okay, so here's little Daffodil. Let's get a little close-up of her face. So she has Rose's ginormous lips. I don't understand. Right now, Rose doesn't really have giant lips because she's an elder, so I guess they shrunk down in her elder state. But as a adult and teenager and all of that, she had giant lips. And I don't know where they came from because Mint didn't have giant lips. Mateo, aka Daffodil's grandfather, didn't have giant lips. So I don't know where they came from. But here she is. Isn't she just like the cutest little sim ever? I think she's so adorable. And here are her outfits. I gave her a couple of everyday outfits. Don't mind my broken Create a Sim. I need to update some kind of mod to fix it. But here's outfit 1, 2, and 3. So I'm thinking obviously she's a yellow heir, so lots of yellow. But also I was kind of thinking steampunk vibes. I know not all these outfits are really steampunky, but more like, I guess, I don't want to say masculine or like tomboy, but I guess kind of venturing over on those sides. Not super girly and like no makeup or anything like that. I mean, that's kind of girly, but whatever, you know what I mean. And here are just the rest of her outfits. I love this little like sleepwear thing, though this is kind of green and I didn't realize it until we were actually in game, but whatever, it's fine. Here's this and all of these guys. And I did give her glasses as well. Mint had glasses, so it kind of runs in the family, I guess, to have bad eyesight. So she does have glasses, and I think glasses are just so cute on her. So Daffodil has been tinkering on this robotics workstation, and she just got 2 robot salvage parts, and then she's also feeling inspired from it. So that's pretty cool. We can't quite craft a chatterbot yet, but I think that with more tinkering, we'll be able to. Another thing that Daffodil is going to be really interested in is handiness, the handiness skill, and just like tinkering with random things. She kind of gives me Tinkerbell vibes, especially considering that she has like this yellow going on. She gives me Tinkerbell vibes from like the current Tinkerbell movies, if you've ever seen them. I don't know, that's just kind of what I was thinking. But I figured let's go ahead and change her outfit. And then I figured it'd be fun if she could go bowling with her grandparents. Okay, well, apparently Mateo is already here playing on the laptop, but I think it'd be a lot of fun if she went bowling. So Mint and Mateo are coming along, and I think that I've placed a bowling alley somewhere in this world. Oh, okay, right here. Lucky Llama Bowling. This is actually the bowling alley that Rose went to with her friends, which is a lot of fun, I think. Oh my gosh, and we still have the same bartender. Remember Shrek vibes, human Shrek vibes bartender? We still have him right here. I do have aging turned off, so that's probably a reason why. But let's go ahead and get on inside. It's all rainy and gross out there. Oh my gosh, it's past our curfew. I totally forgot. I set her a 7 p.m. curfew because Rose is actually kind of a strict mom. So if they sit here together, it's going to break her curfew. I feel like though she would have asked her mom like, hey, can I go bowling with my grandparents? And that, Rose would be okay with that. So I feel like it'll be fine. It'll be fine. She's just going bowling with her grandparents on a Saturday night. I don't know. I feel like she shouldn't be too mad about that. But Rose is kind of a strict mom. She just wants what's best for her daughter. Where is everyone going? Can we please sit here and chat? That'd be fantastic. Okay, well, everyone is going all over the place. I've tried to get them to sit down and talk, but Mint is very angry at the moment and she's just stomping out of the place constantly, so I don't even know what's going on. But anyways, what I was trying to say is Rose is actually a pretty strict mom and she just wants what's best for Daffodil, but I feel like she doesn't really know exactly how to express that. So she's thinking, well, okay, obviously I care about her and I don't want her to stay out late like I did when I was a teenager, because Rose definitely had kind of that side to her when she was a teenager. So in Rose's eyes, setting that curfew is just kind of what a quote unquote good mom does. Moonlight bowling is pretty snazzy, so we're going to go ahead and enable that. However, I'm just having a really, really hard, where did her grandparents go? Where did they go? Did they leave already? Yes, they already left. I don't know why they left. Okay, I think that they should be bowling now. Her responsibility is going down so much because she's technically breaking curfew. I'm going to see if I can change that so that on weekends she has a later curfew, but hopefully Rose isn't too mad about that. All right, Daffodil. What kind of bowling skills? Okay, aw. She is clumsy after all. She is clumsy. I was going to say, I wonder what kind of bowling skills Daffodil has. Maybe with a little bit of practice, she can do good. But she is embarrassed, and she's also kind of stressed because there's strangers around. Honestly, bowling probably isn't the ideal activity for Daffodil. She doesn't look like she's having too much fun, but I would imagine that Mint and Mateo would both be like, oh, Daffodil, let's go bowling together. That sounds like a great activity for us to do. And Daffodil's probably like, I guess so. I don't really want to go, but I also really love you guys. So if you guys want to go, I'll go with you. But she doesn't look like she's having a really fun time. Poor little Daffodil. Okay, what about you, Mateo? What kind of bowling skills do you have? Okay, not bad, not bad. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up their bowling game. They kind of just all left. So we're going to go ahead and just go home, I guess. Okay, her parents haven't really said anything, so I think she's good. I don't think she's gonna get in trouble for breaking curfew. But let me see if I can change that maybe. Okay, apparently I can't change curfew during curfew hours, but it would be cool if I could make the weekdays like a certain time and then make the weekends a different time so she can stay out later during the weekends or something. I don't know if that's something you can do though. Oh, she fell out of the range to earn the responsible trait. It's just because she was breaking curfew. But I'm sure she'll be able to get it right back up there super easily. I think it'd be really cool if there was like a night owl and morning bird, early bird lifestyle. I think that'd be really cool because I imagine that Daffodil is going to be more of a night owl actually. I feel like I never have Sims stay up super late. They just wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. So I'm thinking that I kind of want Daffodil to be more of a night owl. So it's already midnight and she's actually going to just shower and get ready for bed. But then she's going to tinker with her robotics station a little bit. I wonder if I can download some kind of custom trait or something that can allow her to actually get a night owl trait. Oh, wait, it's a rewards trait, right? I think that's already in game. Yeah, night owl. Okay, perfect. Night owls build extra skills at night. Perfect. Okay, no mod needed. There we go. If I ever do this rewards trait, then I'll do the morning sim one instead of the night owl. So that's kind of fun. It's kind of fun and different, at least for me. But I really want her to get some more salvage parts so that she can make one of these chatterbots. I think this is definitely her little happy place right here, to be tinkering in her little workstation and in her room alone. So I think it's super cute. And little lady has also come to see what's up. Okay, very interesting way to pet your cat there, Daffodil, but whatever. And also, little Rose is just sitting out here eating her tilapia in the thunderstorm, terrified. Like, what are you doing? Go back inside. Why are you eating your tilapia outside? Oh, look, sleep question mark, hide under the covers. That's so cool. I've never really played with the scared emotion before, so a lot of this stuff is new to me. Okay, we're at robotics level 2 now. Daffodil can now craft the computer chip, mechanism, and RC quadcopter on the robotics workstation. I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds really cool. All right, and now at 4 a.m. in the morning, Daffodil is going to finally settle down into bed. And she did get 2 more robot salvage parts, meaning we can craft this chatterbot. I guess they're just toys. They're not actual like robots or anything, but we can craft them. So I think that would be super cool. It says craft toys, and then there's also the RC quadcopter. Oh, it's like a little drone. Okay. This is cool. And then we can also craft a computer chip and then also just a mechanism. I don't know what any of that is. Oh, Rose had a nightmare. Rose had a reoccurring nightmare about taking a test in the nude. Classic. Okay. I wonder if that happens whenever they're scared and they go to sleep scared. And it is also summertime, so that's fun. I think I'm gonna go ahead and purchase some skill books. I wanna purchase the logic skill books and also the handiness skill books. Ooh, and then maybe a rocket science one too. So it is storming again this morning, but Daffodil just woke up at 10 a.m. That's actually whenever I woke up too this morning, 10 a.m. It was so nice. I've been waking up at like 5:30 a.m. every morning, so it's nice to sleep in for once. Everything is always broken. I literally just called the repair service for these little like dewdrop collectors out here. So it's gonna be so nice whenever a Daffodil can actually get the handiness skill and can actually repair things, and we don't have to just call the repair technician every single time. And she can also upgrade items to not break ever. That would be super cool. I haven't had a sim who's really good at handiness in a long time, so this will be exciting for me to actually have good working plumbing and electronics. So Daffodil actually got some gifts from her grandparents for her birthday, and she got 2 seeds packets. She got some flowers and some vegetables. So thanks, Grandma and Grandpa, for some seeds. I guess that's cool. I think most of Daffodil's day is going to consist of reading books. And then I also really want to make one of these chatterbots. But other than that, I feel like she's going to have a really chill Sunday. I think this is definitely her ideal Sunday right here, just sitting and laying in bed and reading books. Daffodil just reached logic skill level 3. She can now collect plant samples and analyze them under a microscope and discuss logic with other sims. Definitely want to get her like the observatory. However, I don't know if Rose would be okay with, her daughter buying a giant observatory and setting it in her yard. Rose is the national leader after all, and I feel like she probably really cares about how her house and her yard looks, because people are probably like, oh, well, that's like our president's house. We know that that's our president's house right there. So she probably doesn't really want Daffodil's quote unquote junk laying all over the yard. So maybe she's gonna have to wait on the observatory and like a rocket ship until she actually ages up and is able to move out and get her own place. But I'm gonna go ahead and craft one of these chatterbots. I think I'm gonna do a gold one, of course, because yellow generation. So I'm very curious to see what this does. Is it just literally like a child's toy, or is there more to it? I'm not really sure. But this is her first little robot that she's creating, so this is very exciting. And she's also emotionally mindful. Finding emotional control is a journey. You've taken the first step, but to gain true emotional control requires more slow time through various thoughtful activities. So this is very like emotionally peaceful to her, this activity right here. To me, this honestly looks a little bit stressful, but to her, this is very calming and relaxing. So to each in their own. Rose and Anna are always coming in Daffodil's room, and it takes away her loner little moodlet. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and lock the door for everyone but Daffodil, just so that they're not like coming in and out all the time, because I really want her to spend alone time in her room. But she just finished the Chatterbot, so let's see what this is about. I feel like it's probably literally just, oh my gosh, it's so small. Here is her very first creation right here, this teensy little toy. We can press the talk. We can also name the Chatterbot. But other than that, that's about it. But I mean, this is pretty cool. Like, that, you have to admit that that's pretty cool. The robot says, if I were ticklish, that would tickle, but I am a robot. Interesting. I mean, could I have made that? Definitely not. So I guess that's kind of cool. But unfortunately, we don't really have any more robot salvage parts, so that's probably going to be the end of our robot making journey, at least for today. Oh, she has this little moodlet right here. It says, yay, it talked. Looks like you and your toy are going to be friends forever. That's so cute. And I want to get a little shelf and like display it on a little shelf, because that's her first robot. I'm sure she's so proud of herself for that. And there we go, her little tiny robot on the shelf. I mean, it's cute. Hopefully we can like fill that shelf with a bunch more of her creations. Oh wow, she's already on handiness level 3. That's awesome. I definitely want her to start upgrading things, but she needs parts to upgrade things too. It said that she could do basic level upgrading, I thought. Like plumbing upgrades on level 2. Now can perform basic upgrades on plumbing objects. Maybe we have to wait a little bit longer. I'm not sure. So Daffodil is just going to do some late night working on her project. It's currently 2 a.m. So she's working on it pretty late at night. She does have school in the morning, so maybe she should be going to bed soon. But I think that is actually going to do it for today's episode. I hope you're excited to follow along with Daffodil's story. I do have a plan and a little story. We'll see how that story kind of molds whenever I just continue to play with her. But if you are excited for Daffodil's story, then definitely make sure that you are subscribed if you aren't already, and show this video some love. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!